What is up? What is good, you guys? Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day today. I'm here with the one and only Alex Kane of the Boom AA Fight Club. How are you, Alex?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing great. I appreciate you coming on, boss man. It's been a good little minute coming. But so anybody who first comes on, so talk to me about you and pro wrestling and what it means to me and what ultimately made it you get into it.
To what it means to me.
Yes, sir.
You say what it means to you.
I'm sorry. What it means to you? I'm sorry.
It's growing up. It was an escape for me.
Okay.
Growing up, I got bullied a lot, and I really didn't have. I had brothers, I had family. I didn't have a turn to have some kind of release. Pro wrestling provided me that, and it provided me something to strive for.
Okay. And at what age did you say? What was the first wrestling event you ever went to?
The very first wrestling that I ever went to, it was like this Christian wrestling promotion. It was at my middle school. There was a guy that's actually on the scene now. His name's Josh Storm. He was like one of the first guys I ever saw. So it was a really cool experience for me.
Okay, so as time goes, you obviously just start to develop a passion for this. So what happened where you were like, okay, I'm pursuing wrestling, and what was your first day like when you went to the training facility?
Yeah, I was in my last class for my second semester of my sophomore year of college. I was out on school, so I decided that it was either now or never. I went to, I think it was two A4 shows. I saw Austin Theory wrestle, and Fallen Angels and Night Cross, just a few other guys at A4, and I figured if Fox can produce guys like that, this is the school I need to be at. So I joined. I think it was like a week later,
Okay.
and training was a lot of fun. Fox didn't waste any of my time. I was there as early as I possibly could be, and I was just a sponge.
Okay, and what was your first day of training like? Because I know
Uh,
most people who I talk
it
to,
was rough. It was rough. Learning how to run the ropes, learning how to bump. Not being so hard on myself, because wrestling, the things you do in wrestling, none of the things you do in wrestling are natural. So trying to get over those human instincts to and just to not be hard on yourself. That's why I always tell guys, don't be hard on yourself.
okay,
Something new.
okay, and roughly how long was your training?
I think I think I was like 6 months into my training before I debuted. So yeah, as far as initially getting prepared to have a match didn't take that long for me.
Okay.
I kind of took pretty well to it. So yeah.
Okay, so now that once you got trained, you're officially a professional wrestler. Tell me about some of these groups, such as like the Suplex Science with Damon Tangra. Did I say that
Damien
correct?
Tangra.
Tangra. I'm sorry, Damien
We're
Tangra.
now rivals.
Okay.
Me and Tangra was one of the guys when I first started wrestling that kind of took me under his wing a little bit. He was the guy that really made me look at putting a match together differently.
Okay.
One thing he told me was, if you keep forgetting something, it doesn't go with your instincts. So find something that goes with your instincts. Even though we're rivals, he's a dear friend of mine. He's taught me a lot, and he's very supportive.
Okay. So shoot, talk to me about people showing you the ropes and everything, and then all of a sudden you happen to be their rival and whatnot. Does that change the dynamic of anything, or does it just?
I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't change the. It doesn't change the dynamic of the professional relationship. I guess of the on-screen relationship, it definitely changes that. But
Okay.
that's all. That's what storytelling is all about.
All right, cool. So now, talk to me about the Boom AA Fight Club and getting signed to MLW.
Yeah, so I got signed to MLW first.
Okay.
I was signed to American Top Team. Signed to American Top Team.
Okay.
It's like I was with King Mo for about two tapings. I love King Mo, great friend of mine. And then he, for whatever reason, stopped coming. So we were trying to figure out, me and the creative team were trying to figure out, what's next. Because MLW is very faction based.
Okay.
So I had to watch a Muhammad Ali documentary, 4 parts. It's basically like a rise and fall of Muhammad Ali, but where Boumaier came from was the Rumble in the Jungle.
Yes,
The
sir.
Congolese people would chant Ali Boumaier, Ali finish him, Ali kill him.
Yes, sir.
So that's where we got the inspiration from. It never been used in the States before. They used it in Japan for Shinsuke Nakamura, but it had never been used in wrestling in America. So this is our shot to use it, and it's paid dividends.
Okay, cool. So, when you first, came out with the Boom A Fight Club, what did you think of the reception that you got back from the people for it being for the people?
Initially, they were not going for
Oh,
it
dang. Why do you think that is?
because me and Thomas, we were heels. We were
Okay.
heels. But the one thing that I was always kind of taught, one thing I was taught was you keep going at something,
Hmm.
and eventually they'll catch on. So I just kept saying, "Boom my hits for the people, boom it's for the people, boom it's for the people." I don't know. I think it was my feud with Davey Boy Smith, where
Okay.
people were like, "Oh, we like this guy. This guy's funny. This guy's good in the ring.
Okay.
We can get behind this guy."
Okay.
And they started coming. We started getting behind this thing.
Okay. So, talk to me about War Chamber when you won the national open weight title in a ladder
That
match.
was my very first ladder match.
Okay. So, what was it like being in the ladder match to begin with?
It was nerve wracking. I was very, very nervous that day to be in there with Alex Shelley and ACH,
Okay.
Zenshi, who's here somewhere, Myron Reed, who's also a good friend of mine. Yeah, that was a very, very nerve wracking experience. I kept asking creative, what made y'all decide to do this to me right
Yeah.
now? We didn't even talk about it.
Okay.
But I mean, I got through it unscathed, and I got to become the second national openweight champion in the company. So that let me know that they had big plans for me.
Okay, so what did it feel like, actually taking the title and carrying a title, and because once you're the champion, you know, you're kind of more so the target now, or more so of a standard for accomplishment or being successful.
I don't really know if it's all that.
Okay.
The national openweight title, just like any mid card title, is the workhorse title.
Okay.
And I enjoyed my run. When I guess when it ended, I was like, maybe it was a little short. But looking back on it, I did enjoy it a lot. I didn't wrestle David Richards and Calvin Tankman. We had some great matches, told some great stories.
Sure.
So yeah, that run was a lot of fun. It's my favorite design that MLW has.
Okay, so now let's fast forward a little bit to 2023 and talk about Never Say Never, where you defeated Alexander Hammerstone for the MLW World Title. What was that like? Did you have a meeting about how this is what we're doing? You're going over and you're winning the
There,
title, or was it like more so sprung on you, like the
no,
open weight title?
no,
Or
it was not sprung on me.
okay,
I'm in constant communication with Court Bauer.
okay,
He told me that he was going to pull the trigger. I mean, you had no choice with the reception that the Boom Fight Club was getting from the fans. Like
for
if
sure,
we would have done anything different, it would have went downhill.
for sure.
I have mixed emotions about that because that entire feud between me and Hammerstone kind of soured our relationship.
Ah,
So that kind of sucked. Hopefully, we can work that out one day.
for sure.
Um, but overall, other than that stuff, the experience was a lot of fun. Like becoming a recognized world champion, a black recognized world champion,
Yes, sir.
is huge. So yeah, I love that day.
All right, and you wrestled dudes. You defended the title against dudes like Matt Cordona as well as Jacob Fatu, who is a member of the WWE now. So, talk to me about some of the things that you enjoyed while working with guys like that and veterans and whatnot.
Uh, Cardona was fun. He's very old school. He's all about making you look as great as he possibly can make you look.
Okay.
Fatu was fun. I'd never done like a match that long before. So it was interesting to prepare for.
Okay.
But also the match was just fun. We just flew by the seat of our pants.
Okay.
Me and Fatu also have really good chemistry.
That's good. So, talk to me about being a black man in professional wrestling. How sometimes black people in America, sometimes you can't be stereotyped against. Sometimes you can't just walk in a room and everybody not like you just based off the color of your skin. So talk to me about what that's like and what that experience is.
Being a black man in professional wrestling is tough
Okay.
because you have to check literally every box and then some
Okay.
to be considered good, to be considered worthy. Um, like I've always said that, I mean, with everything, I mean, yes, I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in, but I know that if my skin color was different and I've done all the things that I've done, I'd be in a way, like I'd be in another atmosphere.
Mhm.
But being a black man in wrestling, you just kind of gotta roll with what you can roll with and connect with people.
So
That's all that you can do. It's all you can control.
okay, so and all right now you're openly gay or bisexual?
I am bisexual.
Bisexual. Okay, so talk to me about that because I remember I was watching an interview somewhere. You said not too much. You personally didn't feel as if these type of topics and conversations weren't had enough, especially in pro wrestling. So talk to me about what it's like navigating as a bisexual male in pro
I
wrestling.
mean, for me personally, there's not a lot to navigate because I'm a straight passing male. So, like, unless I tell you that I'm bisexual, you wouldn't know. You
Okay.
wouldn't even guess it. But I try to use my platform and how I present to shine a light on other people within the community, within professional wrestling, that they don't have that opportunity. They're breaking down a wrestling ring.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. It's so much. Today's been a day to say the least. But
Yes.
back to so talk to me about what are some of your end goals because you've clearly really made a name for yourself, grinded, worked hard. So what are some of your end goals and what you really would be like? This is a humongous accomplishment.
Um, I just want to be known as one of the greatest black wrestlers to ever exist. One of the
Okay.
greatest wrestlers to ever exist. One of the best black wrestlers to ever exist.
All right, for sure.
End goals for me are either wrestling in WWE, AEW, or Japan, or
Okay.
TNA.
Okay.
Whoever wants to pay me money to wrestle.
For sure.
It's really what it comes down to. But yeah, I just want to create art and have a good time doing it.
Yes, sir. All right. So before we get up out of here, tell me who are some of your favorite matches and some of your favorite opponents you've been against thus far?
O'Shea Edwards, great
Okay.
friend of mine. That's wrestling him was kind of when I figured out that I'd be a problem in this business.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's calling me.
Yes, sir.
Um, uh, Jacob Fatu was a lot of fun. He's just an all-around really good guy. Matt Cardona was fun. Hammerstone, even though we mentioned earlier, we had a little.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that match. Who else? Shook Dunkerton, mentor of mine.
Okay.
We had fun twice. We had fun for the culture, and then we had a match at a show in Augusta. So those are some of my favorite matches that I've had so far. Also, Josh Alexander, can't forget that match in Canada. That was a lot of fun too.
Okay, cool. So before we get up out of here, I always do this with every guest because I really do, enjoy the interaction, connecting with, especially the technological age we live in. What's one topic that you want to talk about or discuss before we get up out of here? If there is anything, if not,
There
that's cool.
isn't.
Okay.
What I would want to talk about. You have no business talking about it on here.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, all right. So we're gonna throw you some quick hitters before we get up out of here.
Let's go.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Green. Okay. What's your favorite food?
Ooh, I I have a favorite cuisine, which is Mexican.
Mexican. Okay. Cool. Do you have are you a nacho guy, a taco guy?
Tortas.
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 Okay. All right. So what is it about it you like?
Uh, it's flavorful. Depending on what kind of meat you get or whatever, it's just it's a unique but joyous experience.
All right, for sure. And what's one food you think you don't like or think is very overrated? Like, how do people eat this?
Uh, I don't have an overrated food.
Okay.
There's no foods that are overrated.
All right. Do you think that there's a food that's nasty?
Plenty, but can I name it off the top of my head?
No. Okay. All right. For sure. For sure. For sure. All right. Who is one wrestler you would love to be a member of the Boomaye Fight Club?
O'Shea Edwards.
O'Shea Edwards. Okay.
He
Cool.
was there once before. I'd like him back again.
All right. Cool. So that's pretty much it. So, but one last thing, and then we'll get out of here. I just want you to finish the sentence. Okay. I am Alex Kane, and I am
Black excellence.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are in the realest way. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you coming on. Can you tell everybody where to follow you on social media or anything?
Alex underscore Kane 11. Hold on, we have a timer. Alex underscore Kane 11 on TikTok and Twitter.
Okay.
Suplex Success on my Instagram. Don't find me on Facebook. Um, on my YouTube channel, Alex Kane 1. Go watch my videos. I have plenty of matches on there.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow him. Y'all tune in, tell your friends, subscribe, all that good stuff.
You better.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Yes, sir. And that's on Boomaye.
That is on Boom.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a blessed one and stay safe.